I just realized that you're about to see the pigs, but most likely by the time you're seeing this video, the pigs have already been butchered and the process has begun to pop them into our freezer. So this is definitely going to be a bit of a blast from the past. The boys are still sleeping in. Good morning, sleeping beauties. Hello. Good morning, you ready for brekkie? Katletka, you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Come on. Come on. Let's try get up. On your feet, bud. You can do it. You okay? Hi. You're not feeling well. I'm sorry. Well, we got him up, but whether he keeps going... Poor darling. Yeah, he's not feeling well. No. Come on, bud. Let's bring the food a bit closer to you. Otherwise, this little fatty's gonna eat it all for you. Come on, beautiful boy. Poor honey. Come on, gorgeous. Come get yourself some water. Here, Katletka. These guys have about 3 days left. Right now it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday morning the butcher comes round. So the last thing we want is a pig feeling unwell. I just don't know what it could be though. At least when Tonkotsu was down, we could see that there was lice on him. We could see that that was affecting him. While Katletka, it's out of the blue. He's up now though, walking about. Let's see if he eats some food. Give him some time. Hopefully he's just waking up. He is still digging and rooting now that he's up. So hopefully he's just being a bit of a fussy drama queen. Oh, no. Buddy. I have some frozen corn and frozen veggies in our freezer, so I might take those out and bring them up to the boys a little later on. And maybe it's just a jippy tummy or something going on. My God, the dramas, they never end on the homestead. So I made Tonkotsu a bottle with water, apple cider vinegar and garlic water, and let's see if that helps him out. Good boy. You getting any? Yeah. You awesome? Okay, I was successful in getting him to drink maybe 100, 200 mils, so not bad. I'm gonna come back in a little while, check on him, give him a little bit more, and just throughout the day, just give him more and more until he's back up on his feet, and hopefully that'll work. We actually have our butcher stopping by this weekend just to check up on the boys and maybe to suggest where will be the easiest spot for the butchering. So hopefully he's got some advice and Katletka's back up on his feet then. Hi, dirty.
He like flopped down before. Like you're in the danger zone, splash zone, you know. There you go.
Yeah, we go. Oh yeah. So Katletka's been drinking his water well and he's getting up and about, which is good. Sam's given them a wallow to help cool them down. He reckons they could be getting quite hot. And so we're trying to mitigate that. Good job, boys.
Oh, he's gonna squat there. Is he eating?
Yeah, he's got a little carrot. So it's our last day with our pigs. This week has gone by so quickly. And though it feels like nothing's wrong, there's this overwhelming feeling of sadness just kind of, I don't know, encompassing me in a way. I keep wanting to cry, and I don't think that it's because of the pigs, but there's absolutely nothing else that could be making me feel this way. So it's definitely a feeling that I'm struggling with, and I know Sam has been struggling with the last few days. Our butcher came round yesterday as well to check on the pigs, and it hasn't helped that one of our pigs has been feeling unwell the last couple of days and had a bit of a jippy tummy. He is up today, which is great. He's been eating, I've been giving him clover, oregano and charcoal, and he's been eating that all of yesterday and today. So he is feeling better, but it's just a shame going into tomorrow knowing that the last few days have been a bit rough for him. 100% we've connected with our pigs. 100% having them here on our property has been amazing, and it's going to be so sad that we're going to wake up in the mornings and they're not going to be there. I knew I would feel sad. I think anyone with a heart would feel sad. But I think this is really... I think this is really important. It's not just pig move day today. Today is harvest day, and the last couple of days have definitely been hard for both of us, but also exciting at the same time. So we're moving the pigs to the very spot that they were in when we first got them, the pig pen.
Very fitting, isn't it?
Yes. It's almost like they've come full circle around the whole property and back to the beginning.
It was really funny because when I brought them back to this spot, Katletka didn't want to go into the pen and came over and fully investigated their pig pen again. So it's kind of perfect. I hadn't anticipated it, but it's worked out really well because they're going to be going back to where they grew up as piglets, so they're going to be really, really comfy there. It's going to be like home for them.
We're happy to also say that Katletka is feeling a lot better. Yesterday he was drinking water, he was having a few mouthfuls of food, but mainly just eating his greens. So it's just relieving to see that, you know, he's not down like he has been the last couple of days.
He's been walking around this morning too, so...
Yeah, I did notice that. Let him go. So just like humans, pigs do get an upset tummy every now and again. Sometimes they just don't feel great, and it's really hard because they can't tell you with their words, and so the only option they have really is to lay down and just feel better. Hi boys. You're looking so much better, dude. Yes, you got your little bounce back. You and I are gonna hang out today. You're up first, mister.
The hill's steep. Come on, Tonkotsu.
Katletka leading the way. What a champ.
Yeah. It's so big.
Yeah.
Big, big, big.
It's delicious.
Big, big. Good boy. There you go. Look. Look. Hey.
Good
Good
boys.
Go.
I'll get you some grass, I promise. Come on, Tub. Here, boys. This is surreal. Two massive pigs
In a
where
tiny
there
pen.
used to be 2 teeny tiny ones. You may have noticed that we didn't share a lot of the actual pig butchering day with you guys. We'll reflect on all that and our feelings and everything that went on in just a moment, but we're about to head out to the butcher today. It is pig cut day, which means we're getting all our meat today, and hopefully our freezer is big enough for all of it. Yeah. Freezers are full. Here is our pork fridge. Here is our pork freezer. We've got all the diced lamb, we've got tenderloins, we've got chashu pork for Sam's ramens, skins, roasts, bellies, which are going to be bacon, and we're actually going to brine and turn into bacon in a smoker, so stay tuned for our build. We got lots of hocks and other types of cuts as well. Mainly we have roast meat. Oh, and we do have also kebab meats as well. Those are the main cuts that we got on our pork, and then heaps of pork bones, offcuts to make some dog food. There's also some fat in here that I will need to render down.
We wanted to make an effort and spend a bit of time out in the paddock sitting down and reflecting on the experience we had with the pigs. It was a very heavy week.
Yeah, and I think we knew it was going to be hard going into it, but I feel like what happened on the day, we didn't quite expect.
Like, it was a snowball that was just rolling ahead, and the date was set, and right up until the day came, our attention was just on the pigs, feeding them. And that week where Katletka was sick, that was like, that was quite a few days, and there was a lot of, we bonded with Katletka right at the end.
Well, we had to be one-on-one with him, like helping to make him feel better.
That was helping to perpetuate this idea of like the ball just continuing to roll. And then when the harvesting day came along, it was just happening all of a sudden.
What I found most challenging wasn't so much the fact that we were butchering them. Not that day anyways. That day, the thing that I found most challenging, like I was fine, I was prepared, I was excited. And then the moment that Tonkotsu was butchered and Katletka was there next to him, seeing his reactions, so seeing our pig's reactions to the other pig getting shot, that's what set me off. Because then I spent an hour with Katletka while you went with the other pig, because we knew that we wouldn't want him left alone. And every single time that I left to comfort the dogs or to go get something, like, Katletka was not okay to be by himself. Like, he was stressing out. And so, yeah, I didn't expect him to react in that way. And I think that's what I found so difficult, that he had to experience being without his friend for an hour before his own passing.
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things that you just cannot really comprehend until you experience it firsthand. we were under the impression from watching videos and seeing butchers talk about pigs that they have kind of like a disconnection from death, and you'd have one pig come up and just start drinking the blood like they're fine. And that was the impression we were given. And so, like, when Katletka saw Tonkotsu go down, Katletka knew exactly what was going on. Yeah. And grieved, made noises that we hadn't heard him make. And it was heartbreaking to hear that, especially to have that connection with both pigs. And it really created a level of regret in that we didn't do things a little differently to not ease the physical suffering, but the mental suffering of Katletka.
Yeah.
Because that was sad. It was really hard.
It was really hard. In that hour that I did spend with him, though, like, it turned from the sounds of grief and, like, him knowing what happened as far as we could see from the outside to a lot more comfortable and calm towards the end of that hour. So I'm just grateful that we made the choice to split up for the pigs and spend that time with him and comfort him and calm him down.
Immediately after both pigs were harvested, there was a lot of regret over that, but it was ultimately what we were focusing on because we cared about the pigs. But their suffering was very minimal, and as time went on, the negative feelings we had to the experience diminished.
Like, we're looking ahead now 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And it's easy for us to look back on it now and be like, yes, we were really sad, we felt guilty, we felt regret, we could have done this right, we could have done this differently. And now looking back, like, the whole process has happened now. We've gotten our meat back and we feel so accomplished and overwhelmed with joy being able to cook our own meat, and we feel grateful for the stories that we get to share of our pigs. Sam and I actually got in the shower the night of the pig butchering. Was it that night?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, best decision we made, because we just got to talk about all of the things we experienced and felt. So what we saw, like that guilt and regret that we may have felt, the guilt for having raised the pigs and farmed them in a way, created trust with them, given them care, and then feeling like at the very last day we betrayed them in a way. Those were the words that we spoke about, that we felt like we had betrayed the pigs that we had raised. But in reality, in our eyes, we were always raising them for meat. But in their eyes, we don't know what they felt. And so as humans, we just assume that everyone has the same feelings as us towards things. And that's what we saw in the pig's eyes as well, which is why we felt that way.
Yeah. Which is, these are the feelings that we had immediately afterwards, because we were projecting our own empathy onto them.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And we still do, but after reflecting on all the things that we found hard and challenging about the butchering day, we then also reflected on all of the positives and what we were about to get out of it, and we shared our favorite moments and the things that made us laugh about the pigs. And so it turned away from just being like this negative or this heavy burden for us to carry, and it's still something that will always be on us, and we chose for it to be this way. But we were also able to bring in the positivity of the situation and the fact that we are so grateful that we gave them this life, and we are so connected with not only our pigs but the meat that we're eating. It has a story, it has a name, it has two names, Tonkotsu and Katletka. And had those pigs been brought up in any other situation, they wouldn't have had that same life. They wouldn't have had the same experience that we got to give them, and
respect.
And that's special.
Yeah. It was more that when we sat down and we talked it out, the negatives in their own way transformed into positives immediately, because we just started talking, and when we started talking, that's when we started reminiscing about the funny moments with the pigs, and when they were small and they'd be running around the place, we had heaps of funny moments. We were handling them twice a day, moving them once a week. We spent a lot of time with them, and there still is just countless hilarious stories, and that carries over into our food now, which is really cool. And any negative feelings that, I know for me anyway, any negative feelings that I had, any guilt, now that we've respected those animals and we've utilized them to the maximum extent, like even all the offcuts, the stuff that would normally go in the bin, our dogs are going to be eating that.
Yeah, I actually turned it into dog food today. The offcuts.
Yeah, which is just perfect. And like we're pretty creative with things that we like to eat as well. Diane's Russian heritage is a good example of that. So like a lot of the foods that may go to waste generally haven't for us.
If you guys are loyal and you're sticking around till the end of this video to hear our reflections, you are definitely getting a sneak peek into what's to come. So that's kind of like a thank you to you guys for watching on and supporting us in this journey, because it's got its difficult moments. We've dealt with more death, I think, in the last year than we ever have in our life. At least I have. Growing up in the city, I never experienced anything like this, and to get to share it with you guys and connect with you. And I know that there's people that I've spoken to about this experience who have been like, you know what, that's normal. Like I spoke with Anita and she's like, I had the same experience. I couldn't even eat my own pig. I connected with them so much. And so I think it's really important for us to be able to share all of this with you as well, so that if you're like us and going into it completely blind and unknowing, you know that it's not going to be all rainbows and sunshine every single day. There's going to be moments where you really have to stop and question if what you're doing is right, if what you're doing is the best option, and there's always ways to improve. And we still continue to talk about, hey, ladybug.
So distracted.
So yeah, we're going to continue enjoying our afternoon, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, this compilation of our last week with our pigs. It really has been an incredible journey with them, and we can't wait to share the next journey with you. Any last words?
It was absolutely worth it. Yeah, the ups and downs, absolutely worth it. And I'm really looking forward to the next phase in the homesteading adventure.
See you guys next time.
See ya.
Don't touch my camera, Kai. Hey, ow.
They're so curious.